everyone, welcome to an algebra tutorial video learning how to add polynomials together. In this case, we're going to do an addition problem here, but we're going to use a vertical method which may or may not click with some of you in terms of how to go about doing these things. But here we got two polynomials. We've got 7x to the fourth minus 9x third plus 3x plus 10. And we're adding to that this other polynomial, 8x to the cubed 8x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5. So in adding them with the vertical method, it's still using this idea that when I add them together, we can only add like terms together. So if I have a 7x to the fourth, we know in algebra I can only add other things to the fourth power to that 7x. So if I'm adding two polynomials, I just recognize that my polynomials themselves are things adding together. So I just want to shuffle everything up and make sure I'm adding things that have like terms. So the vertical method really helps me see what are like terms and what are not. So here we go. So take the first polynomial and write it out. And be careful, I'm going to show you one step here, but we're going to write out 7x to the fourth, and then we have negative 9x to the third. Notice I have x to the fourth, x to the third. I don't have any x squared terms, so I'm going to go ahead and leave a gap there. I might even put a 0 as a placeholder, and then I'm going to go to 3x, and then I'm going to go to plus 10. I made this 9x to the third negative because I had a subtraction sign in front of the minus 9x there. And you can think of it as adding with the opposite. So that's why I wrote my negative 9x to the third. Now underneath that, vertically I'm adding these, so I'm going to add my like terms. I'm going to rewrite the terms here in like terms. So 7x to the fourth, in this polynomial I don't have anything with x to the fourth, so I'm going to go ahead and put a 0 there. Recognizing I don't have any of those terms. I do have 8x to the third though, so I'm going to write 8x to the third in the same column as my negative 9x to the third, because those are like terms, and I'm trying to rewrite it vertically by like terms. I do have x squared, so I'm going to write my 2x squared right here in the x squared column. I don't have anything in the x to the first power, so I'm going to put a 0 there, but I do have a constant of negative 5 at the end. Now here's what it does. Writing it out vertically like this really makes it easy to see what gets added together. So I'm going to add just straight down. We have 7x to the fourth. Negative 9 plus 8 is going to give me negative 1. I don't need to write the 1, so I'm just going to write negative x cubed. Adding these, 0 plus 2 is going to give me plus 2x squared. 3x plus 0 gives me plus 3x. And 10 plus negative 5 is going to give me plus 5. There we go. That is a vertical method of adding two polynomials together. It's the same sort of thing. We're putting them all, but making sure we're lining things up by if they're like terms or not.